Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino expositor by me, so let's get into it. Arlecchino always knew that her children in the house were not guaranteed safety in any way. No matter how powerful she was or what she could do, it didn't really matter, considering that in the end, her fate was to watch over them, over every single one of you, until you had reached your potential and done all you could do. And sometimes that meant realizing what you were unfit for and preventing you from following after it. That meant realizing that sometimes you would need her help and she wouldn't be there, or even worse, sometimes some of you would be unable to actually have the heart to tell her. Because you want to be strong. You don't want to forever need her help, no matter how much she offers it. That is something that she's learned, and something that she knows that no amount of time could ever change, and she's fine with it. A lot of the things that she wants and things that she actually desires are not fully things that she can do. As easy as they may be to someone else, they're complicated by her position and her position alone. And that's what brought you two to this moment, where she had opened the door to her office, and you were standing outside, bleeding and injured. Father, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have done this, but now is not the time for this. Come with me, she said, and all you could do at that moment was follow her. And when she just realized how horribly you were having it, how you were in so much pain, Arlecchino sighed. She had no problem teaching her children lessons, even at the cost of some pain. It wasn't like right now at this moment, you weren't the one to put yourself in such a position. You did this to yourself. And right now, teaching you a lesson would be appropriate, to make sure you don't repeat anything like that ever again, but for some reason, just tonight, she thinks she may be unreasonable, that she may be going soft. Soft enough that she doesn't want to do that, and instead, just carries you to your room, sighing softly as she puts you down on a bed. You know, I do actually hope you learned something for yourself this time. I had warned you before, didn't I? I know, Father, but I couldn't keep myself from just trying to go on. I know I should have called for help or just left it be, but it was terrible out there. And I couldn't let this keep happening without doing anything about it. You say, crying softly. Arlecchino frowns at that, looking into your eyes. No tears now. That's not going to help your case. As for the perpetrator, I have actually thought of something for him, so I won't need you to worry about that. For now, I want you to rest well, and make sure that once you're over this, we can actually do something about it. Perhaps you'll have finally learned your lesson, and I won't have to teach you things like this again. I do hope that I'm correct. Thank you, Father. I know that you're mad at me, but I promise I'll do better in the future. Arlecchino does not pay much mind to your words. She knows that you intend to do better. And in reality, you do want to try. It's not like sometimes you just do things to get on her nerves. But right now, her only choice is to just ignore those words and focus on the anger within her. She dislikes focusing on her feelings, but sometimes it can be quite a little bit enjoyable. Especially when she is about to find the person who did this. and make sure that they pay, and in a very hefty price. And perhaps that price may be their entire life. How would you know? For now, she had a lot of work to do. And she set out to find the person who did this. The person who deserved to be punished for everything that they did. She had dealt with many such cases before. But sometimes the anger within her never truly wavers. It never goes away. Just like how those scummy people don't disappear. Once she gets rid of one, another always spawns. Like they're infinite. It's almost frustrating. But sometimes it's a little bit fun. That she gets to release her anger on some people who are not useful to society in any way, so she doesn't have to feel guilt about it. Not that she would have felt anything otherwise, but at least she won't feel like she should have had to. And when she's done, which by the way does not take her more than a day to get done with, she comes back to see you and make sure that you're fine. The rest of the children make it their job to tend to you, to make sure that you're okay and that your injuries get better with time. And even though Arlecchino is not someone who's particularly comforting, that night, when she has gotten rid of the person who did this, she holds your hand and squeezes it, shaking her head. My child, next time, I want you to listen to me when I tell you to tell me everything. That may be a little bit too much for you. I will know one way or another, so I would rather that you tell me yourself. I will only go easy on you once. Next time, I won't be so merciful. But for your own relief and your own worries, I'd like to tell you that the person has been dealt with and you've got nothing to worry about for now. Once you're ready and all better, you can get started on your next mission, she says. And that is about as much comfort as you would receive from Arlecchino. And when she leaves, even though you know how difficult your life is, and how it may not be ideal, you have family, and people who would fight for you, and someone who would make sure to keep you safe whenever they can. And for that, you're utterly relieved. And you feel lucky enough to be able to have this, even though it's a far cry from what is normal, and is not perfect at all. But in the end, it's your family, and you're happy with that.